The Department of Science and Technology and Innovation says the Science Forum South Africa gathering is an ideal platform to showcase South Africa as a premier destination for research and innovation. Over 5,000 participants are attending a week-long gathering at the CSIR Convention Centre in Pretoria. The gathering aims to ignite vibrant discussions on the role of science in society between all stakeholders and the scientific community, government, industry and civil society at large. Patricia Visagie is on the story. Patricia, thank you so much for your time. Please briefly give us some developments on what we can expect to hear, particularly from today from this gathering.
Well, since this morning, again, following from yesterday, of course, the different scientists, researchers that are igniting very important conversations about some of the challenges that the globe at large is facing, in South Africa in particular, but of course the whole of the African continent. And one of the challenges that South Africa is grappling with is water-related. We know the water shortages, the water challenges, water infrastructure-related challenges that South Africa is facing with. And I'm now joined by an inventor who is finding a solution to deal with one of the water-related challenges, and those are the leakages. We know that the South African government loses billions per annum to the leakages that are related to water, whether it is your big developments, structures, buildings, or it is your private home. He is working on something that can actually get us to a better space. I'm now joined by Paseka Lesolang. Tell us more about your product. How did it come about? And I know that soon you'll be making a huge breakthrough. Just tell us more about it.
Thank you very much, Patricia, and greetings to our audience. My name is Paseka, as you've heard. I'd like to share a short story of how it all began. Once upon a time, I was seated in my grandmother's house in Garankuwa, northwest from the city of Tshwane CBD, and I heard this annoying hissing sound coming from my grandmother's toilet. Now, my grandmother being an indigent, getting a plumber was not an option. It's either bread and butter or, obvious choice. So I had to apply my mind to this thing. I closed the tap, stopped the water that was coming into the cistern, but I asked myself, why doesn't it stop automatically? I then started sketching a rough solution of how it can be solved, because according to my online and offline research, I came across interesting facts, some of which you have stipulated. We are losing a lot of water and money. This sketch that I literally just thought of, to my surprise, was an invention. It's the leakless valve, as we call it. So you would retrofit it into the cistern, it would control the water flow, and it would detect the leak and stop the water from flowing in the instance of a leak. The small intervention will save you up to 84% of water that is currently lost. The type of impact we've currently made, we've created over 20 jobs in the city of Tshwane, training youth on how to assemble and install our technology, and we train them to be certified plumbers. We train them in entrepreneurship and the climate change. And we've saved the city of Tshwane over 120 megaliters of water to date, considering our impact. So this is just to say the least. As far as the breakthrough we are praying for, we are in talks with retailers who are keen to have this on the stores, and so it should be coming to a store near you.
But we'd like to believe you didn't work alone. You must have had a lot of support. Often we hear of the lack of funding, lack of support that young entrepreneurs, inventors such as yourself, struggle with to ultimately get their products out there. Tell us about your journey. How was it? How easy or how difficult was it?
To say the least, it wasn't easy. This is not for the faint-hearted. My mentor once told me, don't do it. But if you are to do it, you better be prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, economically, materially, spiritually, holistically. And that's how I had to be prepared. I've been experiencing a lot of market access challenges. For one, I had a chicken and egg situation. When you have an idea, you go to the venture capitalists and you tell them you need their money to create the product. They say, no, you need the product, then you get the money. That was then. Now I'm in a different chicken and egg situation. I have the product. Now they're telling me for us to give you a big order, you need to show us an assembly plant. And I need money for that. I go to those with the money and they tell me, no, you come with the purchase order, then we can give you money for assembly plant. I've also experienced what I call industrial sabotage. This is a disruptive technology in its nature. And you would understand that leaking toilets, whenever somebody experiences a leaking toilet, what do? They go buy another type of mechanism. The people who sell such are not interested in having something to replace the leak. So I was then told by those who do produce those other ones to say, no, we're not going to let this happen. That was some of the challenges I experienced. And yes, a lack of access, it goes without saying. From an idea to a product, it costs a lot of money. Research and development costs a lot of money. So I started off with using composite materials in my grandmother's backyard and using my grandmother's garage as an office and a workshop and everything else. And then I had to move to using 3D printed units, thanks to entities like the Innovation Hub and the Technology Innovation prototypes. But then I had to keep on keeping on. You see, the thing about funding, I then had to go into a lot of competitions just to get to the next petrol station. You don't get enough money for the entire journey. So every time you wait and it takes time. And that's some of the challenges of access to the market, among others. I could go on and on if you wish.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to obviously see that product reach our shelves in the various stores. And we talk about perseverance that ultimately pay off. And the big question is, will this product perhaps be relevant outside South Africa? Will it be used by other countries? Because when you come up with cutting edge innovation such as this, it is not just about South Africa. It is not just about the African continent. We want products such as this to be relevant and to provide solutions outside the borders of the country. We toss it back to studio.
Thanks so much, Patricia. What an inspiring story. We do hope that he'll be able to get support to make this product a reality for the rest of the country.